What I'd like to do now is talk about another part of that bill, and that part is the specific definitions of high-capacity magazines. Okay. Again, under the federal bill, this magazine and this magazine are perfectly legal. What the bill actually says, though, is it's not just a removable magazine, it's also a fixed magazine with a capacity of 10 rounds or more. So this would be illegal, and believe it or not, this is a barrel for an 1860 Henry Carby. This antique barrel would be illegal under the new federal guidelines. The reason being is this carries 16 rounds. If it's anything like New York State, all tubular magazine rifles, with the exception of .22 long rifle, will be illegal. They're making an exception for that. This one is .44 caliber, and it can't be modified. This barrel is machined here for this sleeve to fit on it. What this sleeve does is it holds back the plunger, and you load it through here by simply twisting it. Turn it this way, you put your cartridges in, you twist it back, and as you twist it back, the plunger comes forward and works the feed mechanism. Most of these guns are extremely valuable. They even make anywhere from, say, $10,000 up to hundreds of thousands, depending on how rare and what the who owned them and what they were used for. And I've seen them go for $150,000. To modify something like this would be a sin. And although the Gun Control Act of 1968 specifies that any firearm manufactured before 1898 is exempt from federal law, this magazine, which is actually part of the barrel, would be illegal. And this is what's happening in different places. The reproduction guns they make like this work in exactly the same way. And there's no way to change them, just because of the simple mechanism. You need the room to put the bullets in. You need a swivel. What you would have to do is completely machine this down to about here and make a longer sleeve. That wouldn't be good for a reproduction, because most people really like the originality. They can't afford those, so they buy the reproductions, which are extremely expensive also, in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. But to do this to an original $150,000 firearm would be unheard of. There's also, because the magazine ban is separate, if you have a tubular magazine, say for a pump rifle that's anything, or a bolt action rifle, anything other than .22 long rifle, all of those magazines would be illegal too. The problem is those things can be bolt action, they could be pump action, they could be any type of thing you could possibly come up with, and production would have to be either stopped for the reproductions or modified for the originals.